The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game has over 10,000 unique cards for players to collect, trade, and construct their own personal decks. But what would happen if players only had access to the bare minimum? In this series, both TheRJB0 and myself will each open a very select amount of sealed product. Once we open that product, we must build a deck using only those specific cards pulled, that's it. And at the end of each episode, we discard the entirety of our pulls to the graveyard and start from scratch with a new product. Every card counts. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Showdown. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content. Last episode was nothing short of art. We have been having a blast recently here on Sealed Showdown. If you missed last episode, you definitely got to check that shit out because that was just unbelievable. And I think we're going to have another crazy episode in store. This is Duelist pack Jesse Anderson, ladies and gentlemen. Crystal Beast everywhere. And what's weird is that you'd think this is going to be exciting. I think it's going to be, but you'd think a pack like this would have all of the Crystal Beast cards from this time, but it's actually missing Sapphire Pegasus, which kind of sucks, and it's going to limit some of the gameplay, but that could be a good thing. I guess it depends on how it goes. This will definitely be a more cohesive episode, at least I hope. So 30 packs of Duelist Pack 7. Let's flip up our first pack, see what we're going to get. Hopefully we get a whole playset of Topaz Tiger, and Robert continues a streak of getting 0. In all seriousness, though, we do probably want playsets of every Crystal Beast that's in here at the very least, and getting playsets of like Gravity Crush and Magna Slash probably shouldn't be too difficult. Twister will probably play a vital role for stopping certain cards, and Crystal Blessing's a great way just to get our Crystal Beasts back if we do use them for certain effects.
Tonight is a night of bittersweet chaos, of color and of darkness, and it's gonna be rough. We are filming 2 episodes in one night. First, we will be dueling with Duelist pack Jesse Anderson, and the reason why it is bittersweet is because this is the last of the GX Duelist pack episodes. For our own sanity and for your sanity, we will not be doing the Duelist pack tins on this show. And then, speaking of insanity, we will be doing the Phantom Darkness all in a row. But before we go to the Phantom Darkness, before we enter the darkest age of Yu-Gi-Oh!, we are going to go into a brightly colored one. Duelist pack Jesse Anderson will feature all the Crystal Beasts you could possibly want, except inexplicably Sapphire Pegasus. I guess Konami really wanted to cash in on those collector's tins. This is looking like it's going to be a great episode, so let's just dive into those pulls. All right, starting off with pack number 1. Yo, the best card in the set, Crystal Release. It's an equip spell that gives us 800 attack, and if it dies, we also get a Crystal Beast to our spell trap zone. This is a ballin' pull. We also got a Rainbow Ruins, which is crucial, and a Crystal Beacon, an Amber Mammoth, and a Ruby Carbuncle. This entire pack is nuts. A Topaz Tiger in the rare slot, don't mind if I do. Last Resort is bad terraforming for our Rainbow Ruins, which may be important. Triggered Summon is unusable, but Crystal Raigeki is very good.
Rainbow Ruin is the rare this time around, and I think we're going to have plenty of opportunity to fire off these effects, so it'll probably be more playable than it was in the actual episode that it originated in, which was Force of the Breaker, I believe. Beacon's a good card, and Magna Slash is the alternative to Gravity Crush. It's hard to say which one's better. They're probably both equal. We're probably going to play both in some capacity. First copy of Crystal Raigeki. I want a playset of this for sure, because this is one of the only few cards in the set that's actually removable. Ruby Carbuncle is good for swarming the field, so we definitely want to see this as well. All right, here is a new card, and this card is very strong. I hope we get a playset of this. Crystal Pair. When a Crystal Beast monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to grave, place a Crystal Beast monster from your deck face up in your spell and trap zone, then you take no battle damage for the rest of this turn. Your monsters can still be destroyed, but the fact you take no battle damage means we can prolong the game a bit longer, maybe get closer to like a Crystal Abundance resolving. This card card's very good. Okay, and there is one of the ultra rares in the set being Counter Gem. I don't even remember what this does actually. Send all cards in your spell and trap card zone to the graveyard. Place as many Crystal Beast monsters as possible from your graveyard in your spell and trap zone, face up as continuous spells. During the end phase, destroy all face up Crystal Beast cards you control. Wow, so big downside to that. I guess this sort of allows you to, what, like possibly set up for like a Crystal Abundance play. If you only have like one Crystal Beast, you can like pop it with Counter Gem, get a bunch of them back from the grave. I need to think about the usefulness of this card, but this could be pretty good.
Pack number 3, we've got an Emerald Tortoise, a Rainbow Runes, Magna/Drago, Crystal Promise, and Gravity Crush Dragon. Man, every card in this set is great for this set. All right, we got another Topaz Tiger. If we can see 3, I don't care what other cards we get in this pack. Pack number 4, a Crystal Abundance. That is our win condition. This is a card that we may actually get to resolve this time around. And another Crystal Raigeki is great too. Pack number 6, a Counter Gem is a really funny card. It reads like it's terrible, but it may just be a spare way for us to resolve Crystal Abundance and another Crystal Abundance and another Crystal Blessing. Ruby is not as good without Sapphire Pegasus, but I won't say no to it, nor will I say no to a last resort.
Speaking of Crystal Abundance, there is our first copy. This is a rare, so I mean, we're sort of likely to get most of the rares, I would say, but I guess we'll see by the end of it how many we end up getting. Well, there's a second one. That's actually our first Emerald Tortoise, strangely enough, but Abundance is just probably going to be the win condition of this set. Whoever can resolve this first will most likely win the game, but we'll have to see how it goes. Why the fuck is Amethyst Cat a rare? Like, of everything that came in this pack, they made Amethyst Cat a rare? That just makes no sense. Well, Amethyst Cat in the next pack. I deserve that one. First new card actually is Hand Destruction. Hand Destruction is interesting in this set, although it's probably beneficial for Robert as much as it is us, but it does allow us to cycle for cards. We can actually turn the cards we discard into advantage because with a card like Crystal Blessing, we can actually put the monsters in our spell and trap zone. So there's maybe a reason to actually play Hand Destruction, even if it does benefit Robert as well. We'll have to think about it.
Hand Destruction is an interesting one. We may go for that just to be able to get around some of the worst cards in our deck. Twister is great though, and so is another Cobalt Eagle. An Amethyst Cat is very important. We're going to be facing down a lot of tortoises, and so the more Crystal Beasts, the better. Another Crystal Blessing, also great. And there's our last Topaz Tiger. We've gotten 3 of the rare we needed. Finally, my rare luck is coming around full circle for me. Wait, full circle would be bad. Please don't come around full circle. Oh, another Crystal Release! That is pretty hot. And another Rainbow Ruins, another Twister, and another Crystal Raigeki. I have play sets of everything now but the Crystal Release, I think. A Crystal Tree. What a good super rare. Crystal Pear, also pretty decent. It kind of fades an attack. Another Amber Mammoth is great too. I think I've only gotten one of those besides this. We're not even halfway through the pack, and this is as good as I could imagine. Another Amethyst Cat is great. We're now up to 2 on that, and that's our 3rd Amber Mammoth and our 3rd Cobalt Eagle, and I think even our 3rd Magna/Dragon. This is going great so far. Grave Squirmer. Grave Squirmer is such a good super rare. What is this luck this time around? This card is basically like Yomi Ship, but like better. This card's incredible. I am so excited to see this in my pack. Also, another Emerald Tortoise. I think this is only like my 1st or 2nd of this.
That's a super rare, but it's not the super rare I wanted. Grinder Golem. What the fuck am I gonna do with a Grinder Golem in this episode? If there's something we can do with it, I'm going to be looking for it because it's a neat card, but giving Robert a 3K monster just does not seem like a good idea. And the back-to-back holos, a Phantom Sky Blaster. This is a fantastic card back from the Trickstar Sky Striker days, but in terms of sealed Jesse Anderson duels, I'm not sure how good this card really is. Oh, thank God. I was really hoping we'd pull this card because this card is insane because we're playing a mirror match. Crystal Tree says each time a Crystal Beast monster is placed in either player's spell and trap zone. So because we're both playing Crystal Beast, this applies reciprocally. Place 1 crystal counter on this card. You can send this card to the grave or take a number of Crystal Beast monsters from your deck equal to the number of crystal counters that were on this card and place them in your spell and trap zone. This allows you to fill up your back row as fast as humanly possible. Fantastic pull.
There's our 3rd Crystal Abundance. We're probably only going to run 2, but seeing as it's the major win condition of the set. I may end up running 3. There's another Emerald Tortoise, so I think I have playsets of that, and I think I have playsets of Twister now too. Halfway through, there's my 3rd Amethyst Cat. Everything else I have a playset of now. What is this Hollow Luck? Phantom Skyblaster is a terrible card that we're not going to use. It's a good card. It's just not usable in our set. A Crystal Promise. Is that the first Crystal Promise I've seen so far? Uh-oh. All right, another hand destruction, so I have 2 of that too. We're approaching having 3 of every playable rare, which is great. All right, we're about 2/3 of the way through. I do want to make sure I see 3 Crystal Promise. I don't know that I actually saw more than the one that I just remembered seeing. 1 Crystal Promise would be a rough one. There's another Crystal Promise, so I at least have 2 now. I may even have 3, and more Topaz Tigers than I could ever ask for. There's another cat, and there's a Crystal Promise. I 100% have 3 of this now. There's 1 rare that I'm still looking to get a couple more of, which is Crystal Pear, but if I don't get 3 Crystal Pear, I am not going to be worried. There's my 3rd hand destruction, so I do have a playset of that now. Everything else I also have a playset of. All right, last 2 packs. Can we get another cool holo? Maybe a Crystal Pear to go with all of our other rares. Topaz Tiger, perfectly fine. And our last pack, anything crazy in the close. No, I think we got a triggered summon, which I'm not going to run. Overall, spectacular luck. I could not have asked for more. This could not be better. I am very happy with what I got. Let's get into deck building.
All right, you guys, so only a few packs left. We haven't had much to say because I think we pulled almost every card in the set so far, and so everything else was a bit of a repeat, but let's go ahead and see what we get. Another Hand Destruction is interesting. I think that's our 2nd copy of that if we want to play it. I think we have a playset of Crystal Abundance, so we don't have to worry about that, and for our last pack, we got another fucking Amethyst Cat, but we did get another counter gem if we do want to play this. So, interesting set of pulls. I think we missed out on Grave Squirmer, I believe the card is named, which if it's killed in battle, you just get to pop a monster or a card on the field, which is pretty good because we don't have a ton of removal, but I think we did get a playset of Crystal Raigeki, so I'm not feeling too bad about that. But overall, I think we got most of what we wanted. Let's get to deck building.
Here's the deck. It is Crystal Beasts. I know, it's a shocker. It is a Crystal Beast deck. The strategy is to summon Crystal Beast monsters, activate Crystal Spell and Traps, and use Crystal Beast monster effects. Not a lot to talk about there. Let's get into the card by card. Our Crystal Beast lineup is 3 of everything except for 2 cat, 2 carbuncle. And the reason why, first of all, I only want to run 2 carbuncle because I don't want to see more than 1 carbuncle in the same hand. Once I have a carbuncle in rotation, I never want to see another one because after the first one, every other carbuncle is suboptimal. With the amount of recursion that's in here in the form of Crystal Blessing and Crystal Beacon, I don't really need to worry about having a carbuncle to work with at any given time. Cat is also the worst Crystal Beast, which is why I'm only running 2 of it. It is kind of cool. There are a couple of cool applications for this card that I discovered in testing. Number 1, if your opponent is like fairly low on life points, actually, this is the entire application. If your opponent is low on life points, Cat can close out the game even through big monsters. It is also crashable into Topaz Tiger and beats out everything else in the set with Crystal Release, or all the other Crystal Beast monsters. So it's big enough that it's worth running, and there are cool applications where your opponent is low on life points. If you can put a cat onto the board, or if you can put 2 cat onto the board, and your opponent doesn't have a way of attacking over both of them, then you have 2,400 damage over 2 turns, which is pretty solid. So it doesn't really matter what big monster your opponent has. If you can defend your cat, then you can deal a huge amount of damage. And then 600 damage on its own is pretty decent. A cat plus Crystal Release is also 1,000 damage directly. So there's a lot of applications for cat, mostly because I got the double Crystal Release, which is nuts. 1 Grave Skirmer, because I got it. It can take out big dudes. Triple Magna/Dragon. So this is the one that I have in the main deck because I think that it is more important to destroy back row in this set than it is to destroy monsters. You can destroy monsters at will once you have a Magna/Dragon on the board. But if you have a Magna/Dragon on the board, you can also take out your opponent's Crystal Beast to sit them behind on things like Crystal Beacon. You can destroy their back row before you destroy a Crystal Beast monster to play around Crystal Raigeki. You can clear the board against things like Rainbow Ruins. I think this card in general overall is better to draw than Crush Dragon. Next, we have our spell cards, which again, it's not very surprising. Triple Crystal Beacon, 2 Crystal Blessing. I don't want to run 3 because it doesn't really do anything on its own. It requires some help from other cards in order to be relevant, and I have enough cards that get Crystal Beast monsters into my spell and trap card zones that, you know, it's not that big of a deal to not see Crystal Blessing right away. Triple Crystal Promise is the best one. Double Crystal Release is extremely solid. Triple Crystal Raigeki because it's Crystal Raigeki. 1 Rainbow Ruins because this card has a million really cool applications once you get at least 3 onto the board, which is really easy with Crystal Beacon Crystal Blessing and Crystal Tree. Double Crystal Abundance, this is just the win condition of the deck. If you resolve this, you probably win in most circumstances. And Triple Twister because it is just the out for everything. Our side deck is more stuff for Rainbow Ruins. If Alex is on Rainbow Ruins shenanigans, I want to be able to knock out Alex's Rainbow Ruins, and it again has some interesting applications that if I'm feeling like I want to go for that over whatever was going on in my main deck, I can. Counter Gem goes with my 3rd Crystal Abundance. Counter Gem just basically immediately resolves Crystal Abundance for you, which may be good enough. Crystal Abundance is a good enough card that that's a real consideration. Triple Hand Destruction, if my hands are really looking terrible, I can bring this in. I probably won't because it lets Alex cycle as well, and I don't like building decks to deal with bad hands because if you get a decent hand, cards that deal with bad hands immediately become worse. 1 Crystal Blessing to potentially bring in over other things in case I really want to go hard on getting Crystal Beasts into the back row. It's also really good with the Rainbow Ruins if I decide to bring those in. My 1 Crystal Pair, 2 Crush Dragon in case we need to be destroying monsters more often than not. It's good for getting rid of Grave Squirmer, so if I reveal Grave Squirmer game 1, then I can go for Crush Dragon, be less likely to run into it, and 1 last Ruby Carbuncle in case I'm having trouble seeing Crystal Beasts. That is the deck. There's not a lot to talk about with it, so let's get into the games.
Well, to all the Crystal Beast fans out there and Nesh, this video is for you. I wouldn't be surprised if Robert's deck almost looks identical to mine, except maybe if he got Grave Squirmer, he would include that. But he always has some tricks up his sleeve, and he is a master of jank, so I wouldn't be surprised if he goes in a completely different direction. The card pool is a bit limiting, though, so let's do the card by card. So I wanted to play as many of the good Crystal Beasts as I could, so I'm playing 15 of them. We're playing 3 Amber Mammoth, 3 Cobalt Eagle, 3 Emerald Tortoise, 3 Ruby Carbuncle, and 3 Topaz Tiger. One of the problems with this episode is that Emerald Tortoise can't be killed by anything unless it's tribute summoned, so we basically have to go for Gravity Crush or Magna Slash, or we have to like Crystal Abundance or Crystal Raigeki to kill Emerald Tortoise. The 2K defenders strike again in Sealed Showdown. So this is sort of a problem. There's really no other way to deal with this card, and so we're just gonna have to figure out what works best. I want to make sure I have an abundance of these cards, though, no pun intended, but primarily because I have so many cards that rely on having Crystal Beasts in the spell and trap zone, then I want to maximize my chance of seeing them. And also when I go for a big Ruby Carbuncle push or a Crystal Abundance play, I want to have the highest attack possible to possibly just OTK Robert then and there. If we have 3 Amber Mammoths and 2 Topaz Tiger, that's what, 1751 plus 32. Yeah, so that's lethal right there. Worst case scenario, if we're going for like the lowest attackers, this is what, 42 plus 2 Topaz Tiger is 32. So that's what, 7,400. So that actually doesn't kill him, but it gets us pretty close. So I think if we resolve Abundance, we probably should win. So because of Emerald Tortoise ruining the format, I am playing 3 Gravity Crush and 1 Magna Slash. These are just going to be magnets for Crystal Raigeki, and honestly, I'm probably going to save my Crystal Raigekis for these cards exactly, primarily because if these monsters come out, we have even less outs to them because we don't have monsters that can hit over them otherwise, and so these are going to be very problematic, which I actually considered playing just 3 Magna Slash for that reason, because if a monster ever sticks around, or if we just Crystal Promise or Crystal Beacon something out, we can sack for one of these things, and it's going to be a disaster for Robert to have to deal with. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll adjust post side. That does it for the monsters, though. For the spells, only 2 Rainbow Ruin. This card's kind of weird. It's very powerful the later the game goes on and the more Crystal Beasts we have in our back row, but it's sort of a do-nothing card at the same time. I mean, the 3 effect is strong to negate spells and traps. That could protect us actually from Crystal Abundance, which there's really no other way for us to do, and so I guess it's worth playing this card, but we'll see how it goes. Abundance is like a win con. We need 4 Crystal Beasts in the back row. We nuke Robert's board, and then we're able to summon out as many Crystal Beasts from our grave as possible. That's how we're going to try to win. 2 Crystal Beacon, 2 Crystal Blessing. I went with a 2-2 ratio with these because they're sort of conditional, right? Like Blessing, you need to have 2 engraved. I guess you can go up to 2, but you really want to get the 2 for your 1. And then Crystal Beacon, you need 2 in the back row, and then it doesn't resolve, I'm almost certain, if one of the 2 in your back row gets popped to special, so that also kind of sucks, but these cards are very good because we have so many Crystal Beast access. And 3 Crystal Promise, I think this is the best one because we just get to straight up special summon, and that means we can even just use that as tribute fodder for our Magna Slash or Grabby Crush. 1 Crystal Tree, I'm hoping this loads up our back row incredibly quickly, and I'm hoping Robert only has 1 copy of this at most, if not 0. 3 Twister, this is good for just actually messing with Robert's plays because we can use this to stop like a Crystal Promise from resolving, a Crystal Beacon, I believe, and just some other cute things we can do, so I want to max out on this. And then the traps, 3 Crystal Pair to allow us to survive, especially if something like Crystal Abundance comes down, although I think we're actually dead anyway, because this is going to pop every card on our field, and yeah, so this actually doesn't even matter. Crystal Regeki is actually removal, so this card's good. Crystal Pair buys us time to get to our Crystal Abundance. Let's look at it that way. And then the side deck is just every other good card I still have access to. We have 3 Amethyst Cat if we need it, but I don't think we do. 2 more Magna Slash, which I think I might actually bring in for games 2 and 3, depending on the way things go. Sky Blaster gets us damage, I guess, but this card just does not seem very good to me. Another Rainbow Ruin, Abundance, Beacon, Blessing, 2 Hand Destruction. I wanted to find space for this, but it minuses me, and I just don't like it because it also sets Robert up as well. If we weren't playing like almost a mirror match, I would actually be more inclined to play this card, but the fact that it helps him set up like Crystal Blessing and stuff, I'm really not a fan of this, so it's in the side. And 3 Triggered Summon, I'm never playing this card, but it's here if we need it. And 3 Triggered Summon, I'm never playing this card. So guys, this is going to be a Crystal Beast slaughter. I cannot wait to see who ends up on top this time around. This is going to be a blast. So ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Well, buddy, Duelist packs strike again. In all fairness, I think this is probably one of the most playable Duelist packs, like all things considered. This isn't going to be an Aster Phoenix situation. It's not going to be like last episode, where last episode was fucking hilarious and probably shouldn't have been as much fun as it was, but it was fun for like what I feel like is the wrong reasons, if that makes sense.
Yes.
This episode, however, feels like it's going to be very like to the point, like just straight up Yu-Gi-Oh. How do you feel?
I feel similarly. This is a rare Duelist pack in which there are like only a couple of unplayably bad cards, and the rest of them are real considerations.
Aside from the fact there's no Sapphire Pegasus. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. Shout out the patron, Cohen Chandler. Thank you for the support and be my guide. Yes, that's what you get for picking the rock, buddy, and trying to embody the set of crystals. You know, paper always wins, but good luck.
Good luck to you. What the hell is this hand?
I like how we were just talking up. Yeah, this seems playable. And looking at my hand, I think we made many mistakes. Main one, I'm going to do a shocking play, buddy. Okay, you ready?
Uh-oh.
I'm going to set one.
Okay. All right.
And I'm going to set another. And that's all I've got. Never
feeling
seen that
daring
coming.
today, are we? Okay. I enjoyed your play. So I am also going to set one, and pass.
Insert the SpongeBob meme here, I imagine. All right, main one. Jesus, I don't even want to do anything. This is awful. Okay, so there's a 99.9% chance that you set an Emerald Tortoise. There is also a chance it's not an Emerald Tortoise. And that's the fun of having set cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that we have hidden information and we do not know.
Every set card is both a tortoise and not a tortoise.
Tiger. You don't have it.
Going for the overkill, and you were right. It was Cobalt Eagle.
Baited, easiest game of my life. All right, that's all I got.
Okay, buddy, let's not get ahead of each other here. Okay, draw for turn. Oh, good. That's what I wanted to see here. It's so good if you get, like, the good cards in your hand, right?
Boy, isn't that the truth about any card game?
True. Is this a really bad idea? I think it's probably a really bad idea. Gotta think about the defense values in this here set.
You don't have your Allure Queen to save you this time, fool.
I don't. I really don't have my Allure Queen, and boy, am I wishing I did right now. The fact that you didn't flip that face up, I think the chances that you have an Emerald Tortoise are really high. And if I just, like, hand you a bajillion damage, I'm in a little bit of trouble.
Or maybe that's what I'm making you think.
Oh,
maybe it's just a carbuncle that I said.
Well, let's try for it. I'm gonna normal summon a crystal beast amethyst cat.
Okay.
We're gonna try and get in. Show me the turtle.
You sure you don't want a direct attack instead?
I'm sure.
You fool! It is
the turtle, damn it. I had to try for it. The chances that you had anything that wasn't a tortoise were like higher than the chances that it was a tortoise. I'm also going to activate Rainbow Ruins.
Sure.
Show me the twister.
Oh, you're good.
Okay, I will end my turn.
Okay, I'll draw. Ooh, okay. All right, that's fun. I'm going to activate Crystal Tree.
Oh, no.
Don't you love that this card is reciprocal, buddy?
Yes. I mean, no, I don't.
Fantastic card design on Konami's part. Thank you, Kazuki Takahashi. All right. So I can go Topaz Tiger in here. That's cool. That gets you 2 Crystal Beasts for Rainbow Ruin. That means you can start blanking battle damage. I don't.
The longer you talk about it, the more you reveal how terrible this card is.
Yeah, I feel like this card is bait. I'm convinced, but it is what it is, I suppose. So I'm debating if I switch Emerald Tortoise to attack just to like get in, because I kind of want to. That seems fun. But no, instead I'm just gonna go with Topaz Tiger.
Okay, I will take my 800 again. Okay.
That is correct. And I will get a counter on my Crystal Tree when you move Amethyst Cat to your back row there. Second main, I'm going to fire my own Rainbow Ruin and blow up yours.
Well,
because game mechanics supersede how this card works.
True.
And I'll just put this back in my hand and reactivate it so we get our nice little Rainbow Ruin backdrop.
Very important.
Very important, yes. The aesthetics of this series matter. That's all I got, buddy. Go ahead.
Okay, draw for turn. That card, do not do it. Alex, my hand is so severely ass right now. Your go.
Are you saying that of a Duelist pack, Robert? No,
I know.
Never.
I am only known for my outstanding hands in Duelist packs.
Absolutely. Okay. There is a shot that I could actually go crazy here. Do I want to do that? Yeah, sure. I don't care. Sack Emerald Tortoise for Gravy Crush.
Rip. Okay,
Let's just get in for 4K here.
I will take 4K. Yep, that's it.
And that is it for me, buddy.
Draw for turn. Okay, this is really terrible. This is about as bad as a move could be, but whoops, I don't know what that's going to do. This is about as bad as a move can be, but I actually genuinely have to make it or else I lose the game. I will activate Crystal Promise, targeting my Cobalt Eagle.
Let's just twister that. I don't want to get any of that action going on. You said show you the twister, and I did. I just did it 3 turns later.
Hold up. Okay. We may have a game on our hands as of you doing that.
What?
Hold up. Okay. All right. What's the plan here? Gonna go deep in the tank for a second. Holy shit. I can do that. This at least gets me out of this situation. Here's the plan. I'm gonna lose anywhere if I mess this up, so I'm not gonna worry about messing it up. Okay. So we're gonna Crystal Promise.
Second Crystal Promise for the cat. I have nothing. I have no back row, so feel free.
So we move cat to the front row here.
That's correct.
We activate Crystal Tree.
Promise is in the grave.
Yeah, I mean, the details. Now we go to battle. I will attack cat into Topaz Tiger. I will take the 200. 400. I will take 400.
Okay.
Moving cat to my back row.
Giving both of us a counter on Crystal Tree.
Giving both of us a counter on Crystal Tree. Main phase 2. Activate Crystal Blessing. Targeting my eagle. Okay. 2 spell and trap. That gives me another counter on tree.
That gets me 1 as well.
I will trigger tree.
Sure. Do you have abundance?
I will get tiger. And I will get mammoth. Those are technically in the spell and trap card zones, but buddy, it is not going to matter. Let's go Crystal Abundance!
Wow, okay. That does get you out of this situation, so...
It does.
Okay, that also is going to blow up my tree as well, because I believe I have to send it to the grave by its own effect in order for me to get the Crystal Beast, so that kind of sucks. Sure.
Yeah, and it sends Rainbow Ruins, so Rainbow Ruins is not destroyed and therefore goes.
So Rainbow Ruins, I mean, I had no way to protect it anyway because I had no Crystal Beast in my spell and trap, but, you know, details, right? So these go.
Yeah, for real.
Topaz, it sends everything, right?
Yes, it sends everything instead of
Right, so it
destroying
actually, my Topaz Tiger is also gone as well then.
Yep, and so I am going to summon Eagle in defense. I'm going to summon Cat in defense. I'm going to summon Mammoth in attack, and I'm going to summon Tiger in attack.
Okay.
Set a back row, your go.
Just when I thought I was winning this game. Okay.
Oh, wow. Oh.
I'll draw. That was like the exact combination of cards you needed to actually pull that off, in all fairness.
I mean, to be fair, I had to be losing for like 10 turns in order for that combo to be live.
That's true. I don't think even just looking at what I have, there's any way I could have even prevented that from happening. So I guess the only way was if I didn't just immediately Twister your first monster. I just thought that was going to wrap it up. And then if I Twister when you have 4 to prevent you from going Crystal Abundance. That's the only other way I could have probably played around that. But okay, well, this is bad. Now I need to figure out what I'm going to do.
I'm shaking from that turn. Holy fuck, Alex.
All right, I guess the play is to just set one, throw it to you.
Okay, draw for turn. I am very low. So let's actually just go to battle. I'll attack in with Tiger.
All right, cool. It's Carbuncle.
Okay, all right. And then let's attack in with Mammoth.
Pick 17, that's fine.
Okay, main 2. I'll set a monster, and it is your go.
Okay, we'll draw.
There's some like actually crazy combos in this set.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about there are like actually combos you can do that could potentially totally clear my board, which is nuts that that's true.
I was going to say, for a sealed Showdown episode, that is highly unlikely to typically happen. So it's fun that we get to witness it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I need to get some presence here. Let's go Crystal Blessing.
Okay.
We're going to put Tiger, Tortoise back in.
Okay.
Promise, target, Carbuncle.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so we'll bring this out. Trigger the Carbuncle.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll bring out the Tortoise, and we'll bring out the Topaz Tiger. Let's go to battle. Tiger into Tiger.
I take 400 here.
Okay, and then Tortoise into Amethyst Cat.
Yeah. And there it goes.
Cool. Second main, trigger Tortoise. I'll put him to defense.
Makes sense.
I'll set a card. I suppose I'll set one as well. I'll throw it to you.
Okay, draw for turn. Let's flip summon Tortoise.
Sure.
Battle.
Okay.
I'm going to attack Mammoth into Tiger.
That's fine. I'll take 100.
Okay, and then Tortoise into Ruby.
Taking a play out of my book, sure.
Main 2 will declare Tortoise to shift it to defense.
Yep.
Set 1. Your go.
We shall draw. That's pretty cool. Let's try this. I'm going to sack Emerald Tortoise for Grabby Crush.
Yikes, that's really good.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's pretty good. Let's flip up this Cobalt Eagle as well. Grabby Crush into Amber.
I take 700 here?
Yes. And then Eagle into Eagle.
Okay.
Main 2, let's go Grabby.
Actually, I think I'm going to let that eagle go to grave.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, because you want the Tortoise. That's why. Yeah, I think I go Grabby Crush here. Let's get rid of... I don't really have anything in my back row for Carbuncle. I think I'd rather have Tiger, honestly. Let's get rid of Carbuncle. I'll get rid of your set, actually.
Okay, it's
Another Tortoise. All right, fine. Pass.
Draw for turn.
Threatening lethal next turn, buddy.
You are. Not a lot I can do about it except set a monster. It's your go.
Okay, we'll try our best here. Main 1, too much we can do. So, Grabby Crush pop again. If I do that, I still threaten lethal. Assuming I get through the other set monster that is. I think I have to go for it. So, let's go Pop the set with Grabby Crush.
You've got it.
Ooh, doesn't want to reveal the set monster. Interesting.
Oh, man. Opening with just all spell cards that summon the 2 terrible crystal beasts I opened with was a little rough, but that turned into a heck of a game very quickly.
Yeah, like you said, it's crazy that we actually had these explosive combos in a sealed episode like this. That doesn't happen very often.
For sure. I'm going to go first this time, see if we can do a little better.
Hope it makes the difference. Best of luck, sir.
Best of luck to you too. Oh no. Wow. It probably did not make the difference. That's really bad. I will set 2 and pass.
Ooh, the set 2 pass, huh? Well, how do you fare against my mammoth?
Very poorly. I will tell you that. I do not fare well against mammoth.
All right, I'll set a pair and throw it back to you.
Draw for turn. No. Go.
Whoa, buddy, what's going on over there?
Would you believe I do not have any crystal beasts? Would you
really?
believe
What
that?
gave that away? Normal Topaz Tiger.
Jesus. Okay.
Unlike you, I have Crystal Beasts, and they happen to be the highest attack point ones.
Yeah,
in the
what
deck.
is with me opening Cobalt, Eagle, Amethyst, Cat, and you getting like double Emerald Tortoise game 1, and then game 2 you have both Amber and Topaz in the open.
Excuse
and
me,
I don't
sir.
have a
You had
single
double
one.
Emerald Tortoise by the end of that game 1 too.
By
so I don't
the
wanna hear
end
it.
of the game, not the beginning of it.
That's still game 1, sir.
Holy shit.
Are you just dead?
I'm dead. I literally did not get a single. You want to see my hand? You want to see my
Sure,
hand?
All
Behold.
tributes.
This is my hand.
Holy fuck.
Oh my god, how did that happen?
What were the back rows? Were they even live?
They were twisters.
Excellent. All right. You want to do the game 3,
Let's
buddy?
do the game 3. I'd
Let's
like
just-
to
let's
at
just-
least be able to play the game.
Let's just get. I'm not even citing anything else. I'm done. Let's just get into it. All right, buddy. I think you need a bit of a mulligan here. Let's go ahead. And,
Okay,
I'll
okay,
let
all
you
right.
go first again. Let's see how this plays out.
See
But
if
I won
I-
the episode, just so you know.
God, you did win the episode. I am highly aware of that fact. Oh, that's an interesting one.
My hand was actually pretty stacked last time, so I would have been surprised
you
if you won
think?
it anyway.
You think Amber, Mammoth, Topaz, Tiger is pretty stacked? Okay, I'm gonna set a monster. I'm gonna set a back row, and it's your go.
Okay, I'll draw.
Okay.
Let's do what we did game 1. Let's Topaz Tiger into Emerald Tortoise.
It is Amethyst Cat.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Second main, I have a back row for you.
Okay, draw for turn. Interesting, interesting. Tiger.
Your tiger can beat my tiger, which is
Attack!
quite frustrating. Yeah, this is what, 4 I'm gonna take here.
Yeah.
Sure,
Okay.
whatever.
Your go.
All right, let's draw. That is not what I wanted. Let's Crystal Promise.
Oh my god, of course, sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, it gets worse. I'm gonna sack him for Grabby Crush.
Of course you're going to sack him for Grabby Crush. Why
Hey.
wouldn't you? I will take the 800.
Hey, I'm just fueling up your crystal abundance all the faster.
You are.
So I don't see why you're complaining. Go ahead.
Draw
buddy.
for turn. Oh, that's all right. That's an okay card. God, I guess we're just set. Set pass. There you go.
Don't you love this Monarch format that we're playing? I think it's great.
Really do. It's definitely
Let's
my
bring out
favorite.
Cobalt
Okay.
Eagle. Let's just try to get a clock on you here.
Behold, it is Grave Squirmer. I'll take out Grabby Crush.
Oh, Grabby Crush is go. I figured if you didn't want to show Grabby Crush, or was it Grave Squirmer in that game?
Yeah,
one,
it was.
excuse me?
I was
I
hoping that
figured
you'd
that was
destroy the
the only
tortoise and
thing.
attack in with the Gravy Crush, but you did destroy the Grave Squirmer.
All right, so I'll hit you for 14 with the
Okay.
Eagle then. Second main, I've got nothing else. Go ahead.
Draw for turn. Oh no, not again.
Cobalt Eagle beatdown, baby. Let's go. Hit for 14.
I'll take 14.
Second main, I have another back row. Go ahead.
Okay, draw for turn.
In 4 turns,
you
it's over for you,
kidding
buddy.
me? Are you kidding me? Why can't I draw a monster?
Oh, that's unfortunate. I can draw a monster.
Of course you can. I will take 1,400, I guess, and I'll take 1,600, I guess.
All right, draw your last pathetic card, fool.
I will. Oh, the best pathetic card in my deck. What the hell do I even do here?
Concede button's in the bottom left.
I will
But you're
set
familiar
a
with that by
monster,
now.
and I'm so familiar with it, Alex.
Let's just keep the fun going. Let's get an Amber Mammoth out.
Holy shit, you've got it anyway. Yep, it is Ruby Carbuncle. What is with me just drawing the worst cards in my deck? Crystal Release. Never saw a monster worth equipping it to.
Oh my god.
Again,
that's
got the Magna
miserable.
Slash, the Gravi Crush, the Gravi Crush, three
And the
of the
final
deck,
Gravi
and the
Crush.
Crystal
Oh, okay.
Blessing.
If it makes you feel any better, the 3 cards in my hand were equally as dead. But I had all these Crystal Beasts that when they
But
died, they were all
imagine
gonna go
opening
live, so.
Amber Mammoth, Topaz Tiger. My pulls were so busted too.
Do you want to take back what we were saying earlier about the beginning of this episode? About, yeah, this should be a fun one. Seems like you had a miserable time.
You know, I had a deck that was equipped to have, like, good games, and yet I managed to draw just, like, the worst combinations of cards possible every single game.
Excellent. That's exactly how I planned it out. Oh my god. I mean, you got Crystal Release. I don't think I pulled Crystal Release, actually, so that's pretty good. That's a nice one. What other good pulls did you get?
It was pretty much the Crystal Release, Grave Squirmer, and Crystal Tree. I got a Crystal Counter, too, which I had in the side deck in case, like, Crystal
Card's
Abundances were turning out to be easier to use than I thought they were. Because that card is an instant Crystal Abundance if you've got cards in the graveyard for it.
But it also just, like, nukes your whole board, too, so it's terrible.
Also true. But,
Yeah.
you know, Crystal Abundance also nukes your opponent's board and immediately wins you the game unless you're,
True.
like, 5,000 life points behind.
Fair.
So I had I mean, like, I didn't bring it in, but he was there in case unexpected things happened. That was pretty much it. I got my Topaz Tigers this time.
Nice. Congratulations. In the
You can
set,
just
it was probably
imagine that
guaranteed.
I got them since I saw one each game. And that was pretty much it. I was trying to minimize the number of dead cards, and imagine I hit every single one of them.
Fantastic. That's exactly how we drew it up. My pulls were actually kind of shitty. I got 2 Counter Gem, and then I got 1 Phantom Sky Blaster as well, which I didn't even bother with Counter Gem. I did think about the fact that it's still technically a board wipe with Crystal Abundance, but still like a board wipe on your side too. So I just figured it's not even fucking worth it. And then Phantom Sky Blaster just does nothing
It does
in
nothing,
my eyes.
yeah.
So, no. So and I got Grinder Golem, which is probably even worse than Phantom Sky Blaster.
It is.
Yeah. So that was fun. But aside from that, no Crystal Release, which I was very sad about because I think Crystal Release is probably one of the best supers, if not the best super.
True, for sure.
Crystal Tree is probably in contention for that. I pulled one of those, as you saw. But other than that, I think I got play sets of everything. And I imagine our decks looked almost identical, just based off of the fact that we were so desperate for playables that I think the only thing we're going to be fighting for is the differences in ratios of like the crystal spell and trap cards exactly. Maybe like our monarchs as well in Gravi Crush and Magna Slash.
For
But
sure.
I had fun.
I'm
had a
sure
great
you
time.
did. You saw monsters you could play.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another episode. I hope you enjoyed. As always, let's shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shouts to Shout1317, Moto Cameron Smith, Tim 003, SJ Winchester, Chaotic Meatball, MBT Play Medolce, Part 2, Pony Stark, Dan the Manhoban, Synchro Guy, Ole, Yusuf Asin05, I Ship MBT and Simo, Draconic Rockslide, Jordan Coons, Iron Blazing, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, David Liu, Skyrose, Dylan Hunter, Cody Bretch, John Two-Base, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Dazer, Carlos CT, Flannel Daddy, Phoenix the Immortal, Einstein's Theory of MBT's Relative Toes, Hornet, Give Me Speedroid or Give Me Death, Jonah Messenger, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeves, Dad, Matthew Brady, Max, MBT's Ghost Trick BMW, Tom Russell, Why Read Cards When You Can Just Click Buttons, Helios 515, Black Acre, thank you Cimo, MBT Gage, the RJB0 and Ruxton34, the entire state of Indiana, Valen Jackson, Justice for Queen Tiramisu, imagine committing a crime and finding out your lawyer is a Yugi-tubing Rothschild, MBT fans scare me more than COVID, Simping for Cimo, Tyler H, Nicholas Carpenter, Cimo's Harem of Sexy Yugi-tubers, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnels, MBT canceled by all community soon. Mike, Ty, Stella, and Zoe Vermillion, Wonder Waffle, Skull Servant, and the Wandering Doomed are boyfriends. Just an awesome name. Not reading cards makes the game interesting, and you know it. And The Undertaker versus Cimoooooooo and MBT. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.